Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Coactive at Home. I hope you're all good and well and I hope you're keeping safe. It's been a bit of a big week this week. We had the E-Day. I wonder if you celebrated. In the video today we've got some more beautiful artwork from you, and Jodie set a new task, and Mel is asking you to work on the motifs that you were working on last week, and her dancing's brilliant. And Rebecca's going to show you some of the artwork that she's doing. She's been painting some stones and hiding them in the park. And my lovely children have had a go at filming a duologue for you to watch, so you can maybe take some ideas from them. I hope you enjoy the episode. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, dee-doo-doo, dee-doo-doo, dee-doo. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, dee-doo-doo.
Hello you lot, welcome back to the art class. I had a dream, I've got a dream that we've got our own studio space, right, when all the lockdown's finished and everything and we can all go back to normal, that we've got a studio space where we can come in with our artwork and work on it. We can drop in, get some advice, where we can learn new techniques, we can plan exhibitions and then take work home and carry on, and it'll help us develop as artists. I think that'll be ace. We'll see where that goes. So, last time we talked about composition, and composition means putting different things together in an interesting way. And we did a lot, and Anne, thank you for sending in your picture of making a composition out of kitchen items. That was a fantastic sculpture. I loved it very much. And all the rest of you who worked hard on that. So this week, in your packs, I've included 4 figures, 4 people. And I've done that because Gemma's been thinking about 2 characters in drama. So I'm linking it to what we're doing in art. So the first task is to make a composition. So you're thinking about 2 characters. Now you can pick 2 of these if you want. So you can go in your packs, pick out 2 of these, arrange them on some paper. I don't know which 2 would I go for. Maybe that one. I don't know. Anyway, you pick 2 of these and you're going to make a composition, which means you need to think about whereabouts it goes on the paper. So you move it around and think with your hands. You don't need to just think about it in your head. Move it around and see what you think is the best composition. Like that, for example. You don't have to use these figures. You could draw your own, or you could draw them on separate paper and cut them out, and then that helps you to move them around and work out your composition. You could put them further apart. Maybe like that. We create tension by putting them a bit further apart, I think. Okay, that's mine, so I'm going to stick that down now. So there you go. I've got my two figures stuck down. Your turn. If you go off now, get your space sorted out, ready for art, and stick down your 2 figures, or create your 2 figures yourself, and I'll see you back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well done, brilliant. Now we're going to go back to where we started. We started with a colour wheel, didn't we? And we're going to think about what colours we're going to introduce to our composition. Now, my question is, have you thought about the story behind your characters? Like Gemma's been getting you to do. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But that might influence your colour choice. So think about all the colours on the colour wheel. And I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to pick red and green mainly. I might bring in some other colours. But mainly I'm going to go for red and green because they're quite moody when they go against each other. And don't forget, we pick Jackie behind the camera. Can we see the palette?
Yep.
Yeah, lovely. So green. We haven't got green, have we? But we know if we mix yellow and blue together, we get green. So we start with the yellow, which is the lighter colour. I'm going to drag it across to the middle. Then we introduce just a little bit of blue and mix it in, because you can always go back and get more blue. But once it gets too dark, it's a bit difficult. And that's quite, oh no, that's quite a nice green. But then we can put a darker green over here, and then a lighter green up there. So okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm starting to mix my colours. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay some colour into the picture. Okay, now you can see that I've laid some colour in and filled the whole page with paint and colour. And now your turn to do the same. So choose some colours, think about your character, and off you go. And I'll see you back in 3, 2, 1. My question is, when you were working on your painting, did it make you think more about the characters as you were painting? Did the colours and the way that you painted it, did that influence your thinking about what the characters were like? Because I think that's good, and that's interesting. I think that's good. We've started now to work with we've got 2 people in here. So far we've just been working with lines and colours and edges and paint qualities. But now we're actually using things which look like something else. We've got 2 people here. I'm wondering, I'd like to know, does that make it more interesting for you to do painting when we've got some things like this in it? We're still going to be thinking about those paint qualities though, even though we've introduced 2 figures, 2 people, we're still going to be thinking about the edges. So, I don't know about you, but I'm not very happy with what I've done. But we know with acrylic paint that when it dries waterproof, and we can go over it, and we can bring things out, and we can make things weaker. We can just go over the top of it next time. So, I'm not going to give up on this. I think it's a good start. It's a good start for something else. But there's other things I want to do. I know I want to do, but it's too wet now, so I need to let it dry until next time. So, if you've got to this stage, well done. There's an extra activity in your pack. I've done a copy of Picasso's Weeping Woman. You've got like a full colour version, and then you've got a faded version, so that you can have a go at copying and painting the Picasso's Weeping Woman for yourself, because it's a brilliant painting. Well done. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Do 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 do. Ba ba da ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Da 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 do.
Hi everyone! We painted stones and took them out and hid them in the park, and it was so much fun. Is down here a good place to hide the stone?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you like it down here, or is it too far away from the path? Oh dear. Up you get. Have we got a mucky hand, Emma?
Come on,
Oh,
down.
right, I think we should maybe turn back.
Down. Down. Down.
Stone down there, is that where we're going to hide it, or do we think it's a bit hard to find? Should we pick it back up and try somewhere else?
Yeah.
Pick it up then. So this was the chosen spot for Emma's stone, and on the back it says stay safe.
Good morning, Coactive. How are you this morning? Say morning.
Morning!
So today we filmed with Tilly and Oliver.
Best actor ever, you.
Best actor ever, he says.
Ahem.
Well, best actress, best actor.
Great.
Great. So we filmed a little bit of a duologue for you. It was
Intense. Great.
We've got lots of outtakes, but they worked a little bit about thinking about a beginning, a middle, and an end of a conversation. So in the beginning, they do their introductions. In the middle, they give a little bit of content and maybe a bit of drama. And in the end, they make their exit. It comes to a close. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to watch it, and I will splice it up and show you the beginning, the middle, and the end. So you can understand that every conversation has to, well, not every, but most interesting conversations start with a good, strong beginning, maybe something interesting happening in the middle, and maybe a dramatic conclusion or a gentle goodbye. But if it has a nice formula like that, it helps tell a really good story. What do you want to say to people?
Stay
Thank you
safe.
for watching my thing, and if you want to vote me for an Oscar, then you'd be more than welcome to.
Vote you? Do you mean nominate you?
Same thing.
Say bye!
Bye. Hey Ollie, how are you?
Good.
Good. What have you done today?
Just made a coffee, not much. How about you?
You know, been doing online school, pretty boring. Had to be doing Romeo and Juliet analysations.
Well, I did some maths. I enjoy maths.
Yeah, I don't really get the whole hype about maths. Like, what's the point in it? But I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
I sat on your laptop
What?
and I broke the screen.
Really?
But it wasn't as bad until I tried to bring it down to show you and dropped it downstairs.
You idiot.
But I made cake, so everything might be a bit
No one
better.
cares about cake.
Well, I'm gonna go make myself some chocolate milk, maybe have a slice of cake, and come talk when you've come on a bit.
Here's the outtakes.
Action.
Right, we do.
first.
He walked into.
Good morning, folks. Get up on your feet. We're going to do a warm up. When your shorts down, a bit famish. What do you think? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Okay. So I think for a warm up today, we might track through our bodies. We've not done that for a while. Okay. So let's start with our head. And just let it go to you. Let your chin go towards your chest. You can feel a bit of stretch along the back of your shoulders, up your neck. And bring it up again. And gently let your eyes look towards the ceiling, opening the chest. Taking a breath in there. Breath out. Coming back. Go over one shoulder. Gaze to the side. And again, get your chin lower. Lovely, feel that stretch. Gentle gaze. Look up there as well if you like. Lovely. Into the middle. Turn to the other shoulder. Gentle gaze. You can see how far you can look back. Tuck the chin in. Turn it back round. And really feel, get hold of your head. Your head is really heavy. It's one of the heaviest parts of our body. And so wherever your head goes, the rest of you goes really. So if you start to put your head forward, that changes your posture a bit. What we want to do is bring everything in line. If you're a helium balloon, sending up to the ceiling, long through the neck. Lovely. Okay, so move those shoulders. See where you need to move them today. Bring them together and back. So I've got a hug there. Lift your elbows forward. A nice stretch along your shoulder blades. Lovely. Okay. Bring your arm across, give it a stretch. Back down. Swap over. Try sending into the back as well. So take one elbow up near your ear. The other hand, give it a bit of a push. Send it down your shoulder blades. As far as you can. And if you can, see if you can join them up. You can't just reach towards them. Bring that down again. And with the other arm. This one's my stiff one. You might find you've got one stiff one. Got one stiff shoulder. Gently pressing your elbow back and down. Oh, I can feel that. As you can see, I can't go quite as far on this side. There you go. So you can join them together. Oh, that's trickier. Nice pull here. Lovely. Good work. Okay. spine. Give it a bit of a rub, a gentle rub. We'll do a bit more invigorating in a minute. Just give it a gentle rub. See if we can do that when we drop our head down toward our chest and then roll each vertebrae down, separating and getting this nice curve. There we go. We'll just go as far as that. And rolling back up again. Do it again. You can stretch out that way if you want. Let's have a stretch in the hips. Put one arm forward and then the other. Lovely. Send the hips back. There you go. Get straight back if you can. And if you want to, you can drop them forwards. Bit of a hang. Coming back up again. Give yourself a stretch to the side. A stretch to the other side. Maybe you feel that spine needs to stretch. Get a bit of a move wherever it goes. Here. Give it a stretch. Or whatever feels good. I get a funny cluck in my chest. So I can get that. Oh, good. Lovely. On the hips, a bit of a movement in there, really how they're moving. Lovely. Maybe a stretch in your legs, moving forward in a bit of a lunge. Swap round. Lovely. Do that again. Push too hard, just a gentle lunge. Go the other way if you want. Stretch back. Stretch back. Lovely. Just give everything a rub. Our morning stretch shower. Lovely. If you can rub everywhere. Excellent. Back of the neck, and the face. Good. Oh, lovely. Okay. And then I think we'll do just a gentle swing. So we're still going to go swing up and up. This time we're going to swing rather than reach, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to the side. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, to front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down below. 2, 3, 4. I'm just swinging. 6, 7, 8, down, swing back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up. 2, 3, 4, Okay, so last week I just gave you a bit of a toolbox. I looked at our motif. So our movements, our 3 movements we put together that we'd ordered, we've made decisions about them, and we've made transitions between them. And I looked at how we could develop them through our toolbox. So I thought, well, that might work for some of you, and some of you might have got a bit lost. So I thought, to kind of finish this little section off, and we'll do something completely different next week, I would do it with you. So we're going to make up a whole dance together. So I'm not going to use the motif I used last time. I'm going to, just like you, come up with a completely new one. So I haven't thought. So the first thing we began with as our stimulus was the leading of a body part. So let's have a think. I'll choose a body part, and I'm going to choose my head, the top of my head, and my head is going to lead a movement. So I'm going to think where my head goes. So let's have a go, just see what happens. So where does it go? Swinging. It might take me somewhere. It's quite heavy. So what do I like there? Well, I quite like this movement. So I'm going to keep that movement. Right, so all of my head movements, all the ones I did, I decided that this one is the one I'm going to keep. So I'm going to repeat that so I know what it is. Quite a big, folds everything, brilliant. Another part of my body, right, I'm going to choose my elbow. Take me. Oh, I quite like that. It's quite jerky. So if I can do it again. So I like that jerk. So back, forward, and over. Back, forward, and over. Okay. Okay. So I've got my head movement I've chosen, and my elbow movement. So far, so good. Another part of my body, okay? I'm going to use my heel. So what would that do? Oh, that's funny. So I'm moving the back of my heel. That really takes me different places to the front. I quite like that. Oh, that's quite good. So like a hop and a push back. And do that again. So a hop and a push back. Hop, push back. There we go. So I've now got my 3 movements. So what I did, let's be backwards for you. So I created lots of movements and I chose 3. The next thing is I want to order them. So what if you're doing this along with me, you now need to have 3 movements. Now decide which is the best order for them. Right, so let me think. Let me go through them again. So I've got this, I might do it wrong now. This one, forward, back. I don't know which one I like best. Maybe I'll start with, I think I quite like this one to start. Wrong. Yeah. Right, okay, so that's my order, but they're a bit jerky. So I need to now find a way they can link up. So you sometimes need to add an extra movement in to make them flow. So I also need to make some decisions about the movements I'm doing, like where are they in space? Maybe do that at the same time. So what can I do to make those movements the best they can be? So this jumps up and goes back, but they're all kind of the same level. Don't want to go high with that. That's quite nice. Do I want to bring my arms in? Maybe I want to bring my arms into that. Okay. I might come back as well to where I am. Okay. So I'm going to decide to bring my arms into that and come back. Okay. So how do I bring it into this? Any ideas, guys? I'm going to add a bit of energy. That's nice. So that kind of, that elbow then took me into the head movement, my head movement went the other way. Okay, so hands up, hands back, and swing, back, and okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So they kind of smoothly go into each other now. So up, and back, and swing, and back, and swing. And put my arm in it with it. Lovely. Okay, so for you guys, you need to do the same. So you need 3 individual movements, decide the order, link between them, and decide how you're going to do them. So we're going to make them a bit better now. So I've got my movements and I'm going to make them better. I'm going to think about how I can make them better. So we talked about the toolbox. So the toolbox is our body, so parts of our bodies. So we've already chosen the parts of our bodies. So for me, that's head, elbow, heel. What's yours? Okay, you've got yours. And then I need to order them. So I chose to go heel movement, elbow movement, head movement. So I reversed them, that worked best for me. And then I found a transition between them. So my body movement, so my body parts are my head, my heel and my elbow. And so I've got my actions I've already chosen as well, because I made up the actions as I improvised, as I made them up. So it meant I had this elbow, what do you call that, a slide? So elbow slide, and a flip. I had a head and shoulder circle, and an elbow, sorry, don't even know my body parts, a heel, hop, and swing. Yeah, so they were my actions. Now, the next thing is our dynamics. So we've got our speed, we can choose what speed we're doing things at. And the texture of it could be a good way of describing dynamics. So do you want to do it sharp or soft? Do you want to do it light or heavy? Okay, so that's something you might need to decide on each of our movements. And you also want to think about the space. So the space is the level at which we're doing it, the directions we're choosing, how large we're doing it or small we're doing it, and where it travels in space. Okay, so this one does travel for me. It naturally travels, and I need to make a decision about if it's going to continue to go backwards or I'm going to bring it back again. So let's have a think through my different movements. So I have this, I think, quite a sharp Maybe sharp. Is it quite sharp? No, it's quite. No, I think it's quite light actually. A light. Yes, so it's a light lift, I think. I'm quite happy with that. So it's light, and it goes quite high, and then sharp back, and quite fast back. So soft, sharp and fast, and swing, and that's quite soft. So soft, sharp, soft, sharp. And quite fast as well. Yeah? And do I want to do that at that height? That's kind of medium height. I think I do. I think it's kind of a bit of a flowy dance this, so I think it does stay there. So you could change the height. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I am going to keep it sharp, back, and fast. And then the head. So you've got your motif now. I've got mine, you've got yours, and we're going to make a dance out of it, just a short dance. Now, I'd explain that the next thing we do is we've got our motif and we can take the whole thing and we can do things to it. We can, and it's again, we can look at that, the body parts, the action, the speed and dynamics, and the space. And we can use those tools to develop our dance. So what I'm going to do, because if you're doing this one, you may have, if you struggled with the last DVD to do, it felt too many things, I'm going to limit it. I'm going to limit the things we're going to do. So we're not going to use the whole toolbox. I'm going to give you very specific things you're going to do. I want you to think of your motif. Practice it through if you need to now. Excellent. And then what I'd like you to do is take one part of it and we're going to look at the body section, and I want you to choose to do something with a different part of your body. So for me, I've got this sharp movement. I could do that with my leg. I could do that with my whole body. Do my head even. Yeah. Do it on the floor with my toe. Do it with my hand. Sorry. I like that actually. I might do that. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my hand rather than my elbow. I'm going to use the other hand. So that's one of the things I want you to do. Choose one of your movements. It could be any other movement. So for me, I've got this head movement. I could have done that with a different part of my body. I could have done that. I could have done the hop with a different part of my body. I also like those, but I'm going to stick with the hand one. So a bit time limited. But you have a practice, so take each one of your movements to see if you can do it with a different part of your body. Choose your favourite. That's going to be your development. So I've got a development movement, which is, yeah, it's a bit loose. I quite like this, it's a bit looser. That one's quite sharp. And this one's a bit more of a throw. Yeah? So I'm going to do that. So you've got that. The next thing I want you to do is we're going to go to, let's do something in the speed and dynamics. So I want you to take one of your movements, or the whole thing if you want to, and slow it down. Actually, you've got a choice, you can slow it down or speed it up. So change its dynamic. And you can even go as far as pausing if you want. And I'm going to do that with my, I think I'm going to do, you can try a lot, so I'm going to do that with my leg. tail now, hasn't it, that piece? So choose one of those. And then the last thing I want you to do is to look at the space. So I want you to look at changing the level. So you've got one thing to choose in this. You could change the level of a movement or the whole thing. You could do it high rather than low, on the floor instead of midway or high. You could change the direction, or you can make it travel. Yeah. And in all these, you can do any repeats you like. Okay. So I've now got my hand movements of development. I've got this one. So slow down. I don't know what I'm going to do about the next one. So I think just for interest, I'm going to do the head one. And I kind of do it near the level, don't I? I do it different every time though, I'm sorry. So I think that's a hard one. I'm changing its space. I could take it really. I think I might take it to the floor. Now this is hard because you can't quite see me. I might. What does that? What? Not sure. I haven't really decided. Maybe I sit on the floor. I don't know how I'm going to get there. So maybe can you see me if I sit on the floor? Maybe do it to here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it to the floor. I'm going to do it right to the floor, that one. Lovely. So now I've got some development, and I have to go back to finding transitions and ordering it again. So I've got my motif and I've got my development movements, and I've got to decide how I'm going to do them to make my dance. So decide how I want to start. Now I haven't got very much time, so mine's not going to be perfect for you. I want to try a few different ideas. Let me think. Do I want to start with my motif? I'm uncomfortable with that. That starts with this. Yes. So whoa. Okay, that's quite hard to come back up from. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to start with my motif. And I like how that goes into my arm. I like that brings me down into my head. I can start that again. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So what I've decided to do is start with my motif, and then that follows into my hand, follows into my head on the floor, and finishes with this sustained movement. And then I might finish going back to my motif again. Ooh, you have to practice that. Come up slow. To finish. Okay. Shall I finish by doing this dance? Shall I have a go? Sorry, something on my screen. Okay, I'm going to try and do the whole thing, put a little bit of music to it, and then no, I'm not going to bother doing music, sorry guys, it's too much effort. Right, I'm going to do the whole thing now. And I'm going to hand it over to you. Oh guys, I want you to choose some music if you want some with yours, and do the whole dance. This is where I go wrong. keep going. There we go. Okay guys, you have a go and send me what you get. Well done. Thank you very much. Bye.
Remember the summer that we fell in love was such a pretty thing. I never had a night where I would miss your touch, but that was over soon. Somewhere along the line, all was lost. The fire in your bright eyes was long gone. 'Cause the bad part of me brings the dark side of you. It's not easy, it's not easy. Been trying to leave, but I'm bound to the knees. It ain't easy, it ain't easy for me.
That's it. Over and out. Another episode done. Take care of yourselves and we will see you next week for episode 7. Bye!